The university management, dean of the faculty, professors, distinguished colleagues, our students, ladies and gentlemen, I, on behalf of the management, warmly welcome you to, for me, this is a big drinking event. It's an event that is supposed to be taking place, if possible, every semester. I don't want to belabor us with the relevance of social research in our national life. We already know that research has to do with read and search. Fundamentally, when you research, you are reappraising. Why do you reappraise? You reappraise because in everyday life, we are confronted with logic of world order, with the thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. It now behoves on us to continue to interrogate what appears to be normal. Because in everyday life, you can be right for the wrong reasons. You can equally be wrong for the right reasons. But what confronts all of us is to begin to find a meeting point of how to diffuse the loss of negation of negation. If you don't diffuse the loss of negation, there's every likelihood that there will be a spark that will produce negative consequences. So when you research, you are reappraising what you think was correct. And when you are reappraising what you think is correct, you may be confronted with new ideas, creative ideas, which ordinarily you never saw before. You may have been using some faulty methodology. Instead of using a particular framework, you use the other one, which will lead you into a conclusion that negates the logic of research. So that is why we must keep on interrogating what is. And we cannot understand what is without appreciating what was. So it is the combination of what was and what is that will give rise to what ought to be. So when you are prognostic, trying to talk about what ought to be, you might be led into believing what ought to be by wrong permutation. And every day we are confronted with social issues that require some further study and interrogation. Today, we saw what happened around Enugu. Is already research. Focus your attention on causation. Don't focus on symptomic. If you focus on symptomic, you will likely arrive at the wrong conclusion. So if you arrive at the wrong conclusion, you may take it as a thesis. But the thesis was instigated by a wrong premise. The premise must be right for the conclusion to be right. Wrong premise will give you a conclusion. But that conclusion does not make the premise right. Because it was instigated by wrong premise, you are bound to arrive at a wrong conclusion. Which is the reason why we must continue to interrogate what is. Like I stated, for you to properly interrogate what what is, you must appreciate what was and how what is came to be. It is when you now appreciate how what is came to be that you begin to talk about what is becoming. You now start projecting. That is why all of us may be gifted in the act of soothsaying. But any soothsayer that will be different from the other soothsayer must add systematization of the process of soothsaying. It is the systematization that will distinguish you from another soothsayer. So, which is the science of research. Without being accused of converting myself into a resource person, I wish to compliment all of you. And I wish to encourage us to keep on researching, to keep on organizing clinics, to keep on interfacing with other researchers, and to move beyond bottled research into transdisciplinary research. It is no longer, what is in vogue now, is no longer interdisciplinary, it is now transdisciplinary. You must not condemn yourself to say, I must research with maybe somebody in sociology and in political science. No, you can research with somebody in biology. You can research with somebody in engineering. Because our aspect is the policy of that thing they are doing, the craft. You must provide adequate framework for research. In your university, before now, from what I saw during the review of their conditions of service, I discovered that there were low score for multiple publishers and researchers. That is totally wrong. In the global space, then you have even up to 6, 7, 20 researchers. Sometimes we give you more scores. That is wrong, and then we have already commended that very bad immediately. Which means you cannot just be publishing. In the revised program we have, you are going to discover that you are going to be publishing for recognition and viability. It's no longer a question of roadside publishing. We want to see you interface. We want to see another person in another university quoting you. We want to see you online. We want to see you alive. Because if you are not seen, you are a mere salary earner. You must be alive. I want to open my research gate and start seeing contemporary scholarship from ESUT. I want to open my Google Scholar to begin to see us. The era where you never see anybody on the research gate or Google Scholar moving beyond senior lecturer was over. And it is important I see this video to remind us that anybody who failed to attach evidence of membership of professional association will no longer be assessed by the university management. Why did we take that decision? Appoint me, lecturer. For you to be a lecturer, you must meet the minimum conditions. So many of us were made professors without knowing another professor in another university. Whether we deny it or not, is demonstrated here. How many professors are here? They don't even know that the general saying is that knowledge ceases at death. But I don't believe that. Knowledge continues even at death. You need to interrogate it further because we have had cases, proven cases, where somebody died and was spotted at another place, intermarried, had children. Spirits. This one is not a fair tale. So it is only that the limited knowledge we have made us to believe that once you die, everything ends. If knowledge ends there, when your spirit goes for judgment, how will the person recollect that they actually said? Is it not the same knowledge that will face God? But for convenience, we'll simply say, knowledge ceases at death. Full stop. Then no more research on that. It is a failure of research and researchers. We should go beyond that. And based on that, we say, if we write secular again, you will not obey. The only way you obey will be no promotion. Approach me to make it 2 more years. I said, no, I will not do that. Go and read the appointment letter. You didn't have time to read the appointment letter except the money aspect. Teaching and then researching and community service. That's the critical component. So you must show us in your promotion papers the community service component, the teaching and the research. We are not bringing new regulation. We are just interpreting what you have already existing here. So if you have already submitted your papers without attaching proof of membership, remember this one is not that you just attach. Immediately we assess it and it's forged. We will refer you to ESUT. It's not a question of forgive him. I will not forgive him or her. I will refer you to this morning, register that to me. Police headquarters want the following staff. I said, why are you telling me release the staff to go now? You don't need to take permission. They are written you. Release them. Did they invite you? No. Did they invite the opposition? No. Anybody they invite now, you go and answer them. So that you know how many persons will have here. Okay. So this one is for your information. The secular will probably come again, reminding the university community. Why did we undertake that? From the lessons of accreditation, we have been having series of problems with staff. On membership, in fact, Medical and Dental Council said, if you are not a member, they will not count you as staff. And I think on 16th, 17th or 18th, they will be coming for engineering. They said, if you are not registered with Corel, they will count you as staff. Instead of allowing you to come and bring the university down, you will go so that the university will go up. So based on the experience we had last year with accreditation and more, that they are now insisting that before they can count you as valued member of that department, that you must show evidence of being a member of a professional association. We now took that decision. That at least stay where you are in promotion until you meet up with that. We had to pay a lot of money for people to be registered medical lab sciences before we got the release of the accreditation. We are not going to allow any staff to hold us to ransom again. So it is important that as we are trying to go through this training, that we take this into consideration. Second point, when you want to organize another research methodology, come and liaise with the administration so that anybody that needs attend, even if it is what do you call it, salary in these factor journals. It is very important you touch on that because it is not easy even for any professor. If it is conservators, for example, they take you a year, 2 years, or 3 years to get one paper. But at least begin to have a handle of how you can begin to write and write correctly. Having said that, I will not forget to appreciate the faculty once again, especially Professor God, for living up to expectation. We talked about how to raise funds, we talked about that, and I'm glad that they had demonstrated that we didn't make any mistake of appointing him our director of consultancy. Acknowledgement and appreciation letter, I will suggest you bring it so that the Vice-Chancellor will sign it before you do that. And make arrangements again for us to pay a visit to him, to explore other areas of collaborations. We are not going to turn ourselves into beggars, but we are not going to run away from the fact that some people are holding resources and they want us to collaborate. And we are not coming. Every head of department and the dean must continue to, their scorecard, demonstrate leadership. You must demonstrate leadership. Tell me where you have opened up. Let me now assist in getting it to come into your faculty. I'm not saying I should take it. Let us approve academic docility. It doesn't pay. There must be something you must remember for. History will not forgive you for not taking a decision. But history will forgive you for taking wrong decision. But in the situation where you don't take a decision at all, history will not be fair to you. So that is why all of us must brace up to the challenge. Challenge of research, challenge of collaboration, challenge of partnership, challenge of openness, challenge of transdisciplinary research. Declare the workshop over. Thank you.